From the day N was born, people knew she was different. She didn't cry like other babies. No, she just yawned, smiled a little, and fell asleep. Even the nurse who delivered her shook her head. "Oh, madame," she said, "this one will like sleep. She won't give you any stress at all." And she was right. As a child, N loved sleep more than food. When other children ran around playing, N would find a quiet corner, pull a wrapper over her head, and snore like a little baby cow. Neighbors often thought she was sick. One aunt even came one morning, knocking loudly. "Mama N, your daughter hasn't moved since dawn. Is she okay?" N's mother just smiled. "She's fine. She's resting. Don't worry." N, of course, was embarrassed. She didn't know why everyone made such a fuss. Even when her mother tried to chase sleep away, nothing worked. Cold water poured on her in the morning. She'd just yawn, shake her head, and go back to bed. Pepper under her nose. She'd sneeze, blink, and sleep deeper. Loudest alarm clocks? Mere whispers to her spirit of sleep. School was no better. N slept in class, mouth open, pen in hand. Her classmates drew all sorts of things on her face with red pens. She didn't move. One day, her teacher, Mrs. O, shouted, "N, wake up! What kind of spirit holds your eyes?" N jumped, startled, and muttered, "Sorry, Ma, I was praying in my heart." The teacher frowned. "Praying with your eyes closed?" N smiled. "Yes, Ma, that is when I pray deeper." The whole class burst into laughter. Mama N was called to school more times than she could count. One day she sat N down. "My daughter, tell me the truth. Are you tied to the coven of sleep? Do you often see yourself floating anywhere?" N frowned. "Mummy, you worry too much. This sleep is natural. Some people sing, some dance. I sleep." Her mother's eyes widened. "Ewu, my own child is gifted in sleeping." N didn't care what people thought. She even gave herself the nickname Sleep Ambassador. On Saturdays, she'd chat with her friend Ola, lying under the sun. "Marriage will be easy," N said one day. "I will sleep when I want. My husband will understand." From the kitchen, her mother shouted, "Which husband will understand? Marriage is love, not labor." But N only laughed. "Then I'll marry a humble man," she said confidently. Despite all this, men admired her. She was beautiful, charming, and funny, and that was how she met Obasi. It was a Sunday morning. N had sneaked into church behind her mother's back. By the end of praise and worship, she was already dozing. Head down, she banged her forehead on the pew. Everyone turned. Mama N hid her face in shame. Just then, a gentle voice whispered, "Are you okay?" N looked up. There was Obasi, tall, smart-looking with glasses. "I'm fine," she said, pretending alertness. Obasi smiled. "I noticed you were meditating deeply." "Yes, I was praying," N stammered, trying to act classy. After church, Obasi waited outside. They exchanged numbers. From that day, calls and chats flowed. N, surprisingly, had energy on the phone. But when it came to meeting for lunch, she overslept. "I'm sorry," she said, arriving at 2 p.m. "I overslept." Obasi just laughed. Love, truly, is blind. One day, N warned him, "I like to sleep a lot. Please don't disturb my destiny." Obasi laughed. "No problem. I'll be patient." And he was. He accepted her weaknesses without complaint. Even Mama N was impressed. "Obasi must be sent from heaven," she whispered. Obasi proposed, N accepted, and their wedding was beautiful. But soon, reality hit. At first, N tried to wake up early, clean, cook, and pray with her husband. Obasi was impressed. "Wow, this marriage thing works," he said. But after 2 weeks, N started her usual habits again. She overslept, burned soup, forgot to pick clothes from the dry cleaners. Once, Obasi came home to find her lying on the floor, mop in hand, bucket beside her. "En, what happened?" She blinked. "I was just mopping," she muttered. Obasi scratched his head. Patience, he thought. Love is endurance. Pregnancy, however, brought a new disaster. En slept more than ever. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, brushing her teeth, nothing could stop her. Obasi found her once with toothpaste foam on her chin, holding the toothbrush like a microphone, asleep. He took pictures for evidence. En, of course, defended herself. "You don't understand. I am carrying a full human being." Obasi just shook his head.
Even after childbirth, En's gift did not fade. She slept deeply, often leaving Mama En to care for the baby. During Umuga, her mother carried the baby while En barely lifted a finger. "Which kind of mother are you?" Mama En shouted. "Do you want your baby to survive on air?" En opened one eye. "Mommy, just dance with the baby a bit. He'll sleep back." Obasi's patience was tested again and again. One night, he came home to find En asleep on the sofa, phone ringing under her cheek. He tapped her. "How long have you been sleeping?" En rubbed her eyes. "I don't know. Since morning, maybe?" The baby had crawled around and made a mess in the kitchen. Rice, beans, and flour everywhere. Obasi panicked, but En barely stirred. "I must have slept too deep," she said. The next morning, Obasi sent her away. "Tomorrow, you pack and go back to your mother's house," he said. En begged, cried, but he was firm. She spent the night outside, on a cold, hard wooden bench. Mosquitoes sang above her head. Sleep refused her. She promised herself, if she survived this night, she would change. Morning came, and En dragged herself to a security guard post. "I want this job," she told the tall man at the gate. "I need it. I will stay awake." He doubted her, but after questioning, she got the job. Her shift, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., no sitting, no dozing. For the first 3 hours, she was fine, but by midnight, her legs shook. Eyes blinked like faulty traffic lights. She sang, danced, chewed cola nuts, splashed water on herself, prayed loudly, snapped rubber bands on her hand, anything to stay awake. The other night guards mocked her. "See, Madam Security? How far now?" En ignored them. Her mission was clear: conquer sleep. Slowly, day by day, she grew stronger. By the end of the first month, she had lost 5 kilos, skin pale, mind sharp. One morning, she looked in the mirror. "Kai, I am no longer En the sleeper. I am En the watcher." She saved money, planned, and ate less. 2 months later, she went to her mother's house. "Mama, I have changed. I have not slept in peace for 60 days. I understand the value of staying awake." Her mother stepped aside. En cleaned, cooked, and worked tirelessly. Sleep became her enemy. Next, she went to Obasi's house. "I brought proof," she said, showing her security ID. "I have stayed awake all night. I nearly lost everything, including my baby. Please give me a chance." Obasi laughed. "You've worked for it. I am proud of you." He let her in. En hugged her son, Junior, and finally everything felt right. From that night, En slept peacefully, not because she was lazy, but because she had worked for it. She had fought for her home, her husband, her child. She graduated from the Lazy Wife Academy with distinction. Even the spirit of sleep had left her forever. En had transformed. Her eyes were sharp, her hands busy, her mind alert. Love, patience, and determination had conquered her nature, and from that day, En lived awake, fully aware of life's responsibilities, yet still carrying the humor, charm, and lively spirit that made her who she was.